What we've tried to do in ePortfolio, and I think that's one thing that I'll try and clear up in terms of what we think about ePortfolio is, because it's a fairly overly used, broad brush, ill-defined sort of thing. What is an ePortfolio? So I'll be quite specific about what we feel it is, and how we feel that the relationship we've got with CASCAiD puts the careers information side of things at the heart of where a learner is, and things that Tristan was saying about putting information in an environment where the learner is. We are hoping, and certainly the interest levels in this ePortfolio products are quite huge, that this could become a common vehicle, a common sort of place where people are doing their personal development, and careers information and advice happens to be there. This whole system that I'm going to talk to you about is developed with the learner, whether that be an adult learner or a young learner, in mind. It's their software, and what I say when I talk to schools a lot is that it's for the kids to use, and the teachers happen to have a look at it as well, rather than be something designed for education, and then the kids have to use it as well. So that's where we are, and to make sure we've got it in a fairly whiz-bang style, we wanted to capture a social networking feel that's current and modern, and I think will engage people in it. In terms of how we think ePortfolio will help, and so this is just the first snapshot of it appearing. This is our ePortfolio product with the kudos screen showing as it happens, with the CASCAiD stuff linked in under a career tab. And what people are doing in this ePortfolio is managing their own personal development, of which the thing I was really excited about talking to CASCAiD about a while ago was that we tend to try and put things in boxes, mainly because the government like us to. And they like to say, oh, what did you do on careers advice? What did you do on your team working skills? What did you do on English studies? And they like to put it in boxes because then it's easy to measure and get feedback on and that sort of thing. And I think I'm much more of a view of holistic personal development, and I think careers, what the skills you're developing at school has to have some future focus. So isn't it handy to have in the same environment what that future focus might be? And talking to some of the kids that I've taught over the years, it might be that one day I want to be a dentist, the next day I want to be a vet, the next day I want to be... it doesn't matter. If the information's there, you can find it out and sort of say, actually, now I've researched that a bit, and now I'm making a decision that I don't want to do that. That's just as valuable as the ones you pick along the way. And we've got to skill people up, and one thing ePortfolio hopes to do is to help people prepare for this ever-changing world that we are. And it sort of comes back to your Star Trek thing about, how do you prepare people for a world that you don't know what it's going to be like in 20 years? And the key features of it, from a technical standpoint, are the need to have a personalised site where you feel it's your environment, which is a bit like the Facebook, Twitter thing. If you don't like the colours, you change them, and you want them in that order. You can have them in that order, and everyone else can have it in a different order and a different colour, and that's fine. There needs to be somewhere that you can do some sort of self-awareness stuff. It's down as assessment, but it doesn't necessarily have to be assessment. One of the links to the CASCAiD stuff is that when they fill in the quiz in kudos, for example, then sort of store it, that will fire back into ePortfolio and generate some sort of action plan, and it's the start of a 10. Where I think ePortfolio can slot in with the CASCAiD stuff is collation of achievement and evidence from more than one setting. You've got people out there in schools, as time goes on, they might be in 4 schools or 5 schools, they might actually be not in schools, they might be on work placements, they might actually just be doing their hobby on a Saturday, or wherever they are. They can capture evidence to show improvement or show skill development that can help them in the workplace. And who hasn't got a computer with them anymore? All the kids who say, I can't use a computer, sir, you have one in your pocket. Most of you use it more than you listen to me. And you go around taking pictures of things and diarising things, and that's all evidence. So how do we capture that? Well, they can access it from anywhere. It's like a Facebook for education type thing. So we can get all that in there as evidence, and they can upload pictures and sound files or whatever they want to do. The last thing is the blog, which isn't a classic blog. One of the saddest days in my professional career so far was having been involved in a school which were firmly bottom of the league tables in every sense. And we sort of went on this journey to mid-table obscurity, and we got there and did some exit interviews with the final year 11s that went out the door. And we took the brightest girl in the year, who got by far the best results that school's ever seen, and had been through the system, so to speak, and come out of the other end, a roaring success. And we said, and I said to her, what are the things that you remember about school? You know, what are the things you've done fantastically well? Tell us about it. And she said, well, I don't know. I thought, oh, right, okay. Well, yeah, do you remember some of the projects you did and stuff like that? Well, yeah, I just didn't, didn't I? Yeah, but you did really well, you know, you got 10 A's. No one in the school's ever got 10 A's before. You must be proud. Yeah, I suppose so. I thought, ouch, that's not quite what I was hoping for. You know, the great barnstorming, yes sir, it was great, I really enjoyed it, and you know, great school, wonderful, wasn't it great, other schools turned around. Didn't really matter if she disengaged with it. And she basically, her first comment said, well, I don't know, didn't really do anything. And the blog thing in here captures absolutely everything automatic. So you upload a file, you give some comment, you receive a comment, anything is just blogged. And it's not so that you end up with an exhaustive list of rubbish, but it's a good discussion point. It's when people come to you and say, well, what have you done? What do you do? And then they say nothing. And I often just click on that screen and say, well, evidently you do something, so let's talk about it.